two. Ain't nobody fucking shoot. This should probably make a thug dance. Two-step, rich custom maker. Probably make a doy boy groove. Right. Yeah. This should probably make a thug dance. Right. Party with the gang, too. Right.
Who is it?
Thank you,
Who that?
Curtains of 29.
Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is that? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is that? Who is that nigga that's driving a Bentley? Who is that nigga that's counting them 50s? Who is that nigga that's running the city? I be that nigga that's running it up. Keep that shit on me, I keep that shit tucked. I'm paper chasing, always in a rush. I gotta get it, that shit is a must. They wasn't with it, got left in the dust. I gotta be the one to make a change. Could wait till the day when they told me I changed. Put on my city and my last name. Put on a pinky ring and a new chain. Who is that? Look at me, I know you picture you in that. I know you don't know nobody doing that. We just hot, they can never be cool with that. If I like it, you know I'm pursuing that. Maybe I should get one or get two of that. Walk out of the bank, pocket stupid fat. Yeah, they know who I be, they ain't wondering. Who is that? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is that? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is that? Who is that nigga that's driving a Bentley? Who is that nigga that's counting them 50s? Who is that nigga that's running the city? I be the nigga that's running it up. Walk.
Who is that? Who is that? Sorry.
I don't care.
Peso.
Y'all can talk all y'all want.
Yeah, talk how you want, talk how you want. Who is that poppin' out? Who is that grappin' out? Who is that talking? Come get something to talk about. Who that girl smiling? Come get something to smile about. Took to the borders, get something to be proud about. Who is that nigga that run with the sheep? Who is that nigga that let all the lions out? Who is that nigga keep gassing them up? I keep passing them up, which I let all his tires out. Bitch, iron out, fire out. Still ain't got nothing to live for. Who is that? Give him something to die about. Who is that? Now they finally finding out. He complaining, get something to cry about. I be like, yes, they know who is that. I float off the earth, I ain't coming back. Bitch.
Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is that? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is that? Who is that nigga that's driving a Bentley? Who is that nigga that's counting them 50s? Who is that nigga that's running the city? I be the nigga that's running it up. Walk.
It's the #1 station blazing the airwaves.
Right here, so keep it locked.
This is GRIZZBIZ, my 2 cents.
This your boy Grizz.
And I'm your main man, Greenback.
And this is the GRIZZBIZ My 2 Cents Show. Powered by
It's Wednesday to Wednesday to Wednesday to Wednesday. Wednesday to Wednesday. GRIZZBIZ, my 2 cents. What's up, everybody? I want to give myself a round of applause. Give me a round of applause, please. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to take it all in. I'm going to absorb the positive vibes. You know why? Because I kicked COVID's ass. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you can't get it again, and you know what I'm saying, but we still going to be on top of our game. But we'll get into that a little bit later. There's been a lot going on. You know, I'm in the studio by myself today. My co-host. Well, before we get in out of that, let's give a round of applause for my co-host, because I ain't seen her. I know she over there being Superwoman. So we're going to go ahead and let's give her another round of applause for being Superwoman. All righty. Can we get that off her chest? You know what I'm saying?
Well, thanks, Chris. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Even if it's not doing, I appreciate it. No, I'm kidding.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Now, we're going to have to cut the call. No. But I'm glad to have you back. I guess we'll be back this. I think what I'm going to do is, since you're going to be on the COVID tip, and it's not COVID, you know what I'm saying, handling the business at home right now, I think that I might try and get us another guest speaker, a guest host, or you know what I'm saying, somebody else to jump in the bandwagon here. And I want to get the people involved, you know what I'm saying? Because you get every time somebody says, or I'm passing out whatever, or grabbing their phones and making them subscribe or doing what we're doing, there's always just somebody that says, oh, I want to be on your podcast. I want to be a guest on your podcast. You get that all the time. All the freaking time. All the freaking time. And the thoughts that go through my head when people say that to me, I can tell you already know I'm nuts. So it's like 15,000 different thought processes going through my mind. Like, for real, like, I'm looking at you up and down. I'm thinking, are you personality? Are you're funny? What do you bring to the table? What do you want to do? Do you just want to be seen? Do you want to be heard? Do you want to really speak on stuff? Are you dedicated? Do you really want to do this, man or woman? Do you really want to do it? And then I got to thinking, like,
they ain't taking you serious.
Huh?
We not taking you serious sounding like that.
I'm just saying. It's the way it is. You might not remember, but this is the way it goes. But my thought be like, well, damn. Since we are in the era of the telephona, that's my Project Pat voice, of the telephona, and everybody wants to be seen,
oh, my Lord.
I believe that we need that we need Don't stop me now. I'm almost about to go to church. You know what I'm talking about? Bring it back. That's what happens when I'm by myself. Y'all get to see all this shit.
We got to get back in the studio.
You know what I'm saying? You get to see all of this. You get to see every last one of us. You know what I'm saying? I'm candid camera. So what I'm saying is, I just might want to bring somebody in. I don't give a dang what you look like, what your speech pattern is, whatever. But it has to it has to let the people shine because it's selfie time. I said it again. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. What you think? I think it'd be fun. Or maybe we'll wait till you come back in the studio, and that way they can do the Skype. You know what I'm talking about? But I
just think that someone needs to at least be articulate, and likable. Be likable. If you're likable, we'll work with it.
I don't want the same ugly person on here every. It's only enough room for a couple.
Wait a minute. Why would you call someone ugly?
A couple beautiful people in the room. You know, talk about me and you. You know, talk about we can't have the ugly people taking. I don't. Who said that?
They gotta be a little easy on the eye.
Okay. All right. I don't know, man. This guy's getting out of hand, but I don't know. We just might do that for a segment. And I'm also serious about the book club on some serious stuff. I think that would be such a great thing. And what I'm going to do is, I'm saying it now, I'm going to create a chat room for the book club. I don't know what we want to call it, but if you got any ideas, go ahead and shoot them out there. You can inbox me. You can see it on here, whatever. But I won't, and I'm sorry. I don't know. Do we want it to be all black, or do we want people who can read?
Diversity will bring about more open-mindedness. It will enlighten you to other people's point of views and opinions and objections. And therefore, I think it's important to be all inclusive to whomever would like to participate in the book club. Let's not racially profile anyone.
Okay, let me explain something to you. Everyone, we are the bottom of the barrel of the world. We are black men and black women. You know what I'm saying? We have the most discontent, disconnection between each other more than any other races that you speak of diversity. I hate that corporate word.
Therefore, we can learn much from those other cultures and races.
What you mean? We learn. We already learned. We don't need to learn no more. Them mother suckers ain't right.
We did not learn.
We ain't gonna learn it from them. Not in our book club. I don't know. I'm not racist.
I think you should give it deep thought. I think it would benefit to be all inclusive because you'll have people that are for the people, may not be the people, but they'll be for the people, and they'll have very important information.
I don't know, because the way the book club be is we all gonna choose on the book. Somebody bring it up to the table and say, "Hey, I think we want to read."
I see you.
The what?
I can't see you.
Because you gotta turn your windshield wipers on.
Oh my God. I don't have Chris, don't start.
I'm just saying, you gotta turn your windshield wipers on and hit the default button. I know it's hot outside, but you know when you get in the car and
I'm in my office.
Well, turn the default off.
Oh my God.
If you turn the default off, your picture come back.
I didn't turn anything on.
Let me call her back.
Oh, he said he going to redo everything. So while they take care of that and get that together with this technical difficulties, we're just going to sit here and talk about this book club, man. For real. She's talking about diversity and learning from people and all of that. And I say we've already learned enough. And if anything, they will learn some more about us. What they already don't know, do know anyway, but I think a book club would work good for bringing us together as a people, and we get to know each other as people, men and women, because we all got ideas of how black relationships work and are, but reading certain books, and it's not books that say, "Hey, I picked this book," or it's a group thing on nominating what book we are going to read. And I think that would be so fun because there'd be so many different perspectives from black folk, black men and black women. I don't know about nobody else. You can call me selfish. You can call me, I ain't racist. I just feel like, hey, this is something for us. We always talking about how we could get together, how we can treat each other better. And the best thing we could do is read about it and implement it. And then maybe somebody else will pick up. And we get the biggest book, all black African American. I don't want to say African American. I'm not African American.
You're black.
Black.
I've never been to Africa.
Yeah. But we can read books on that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that'd be a great thing. But anyway, how have you been?
I'm not complaining. Life is different. It's good. We're in some troubling times right now, but all in all, things are pretty okay on the home front. Been a little under the weather here and there, but
Did you catch COVID?
Expected.
Anybody catch COVID?
Never had COVID. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I ain't had COVID. Woo.
Yes, thank you for that. Yes, I caught COVID. I better have caught COVID.
You better take your elderberry and vitamin D, brother.
Oh, girl, listen. I that's what I said. Give me a round of applause for kicking COVID's ass. Can I get a round of applause? Hey, man. This is good right here. So, yeah, it was an experience, though, for real, because I really thought this was my second time catching this crap, for real. The first time I thought I felt the same way, but I kept saying a bug. And it happened, I don't know. You can never say who you got it from or where you got it from. You don't know. You don't know. All I know is that I thought that I had a bug, was off of work 2 days, felt better. I thought I felt better to me, like, oh, I can get through this. This ain't nothing. Went to work that Wednesday. I actually came here, and I'm so glad that nobody here got it. And then that Thursday, I woke up, and the weirdest thing in the world to happen to you is to lose your sense of smell and taste. When I'm telling you that you lose your... hey, man, my trees tasted like garbage. I was trying to have my trees saved me like, I don't smoke garbage. I
So
smoke.
you mean to tell me you thought you had COVID and your remedy was to smoke some trees? Boy, it's a respiratory. Chris, you know what? Your ass needs you need to sit down. I'm gonna tell you like the old folks say, not sit down, sit down somewhere.
Let me tell your little young self something here, girl. Let me school you on. Let me school you on some things here. First of all, young lady, let me finish my story. You know what I'm talking about? So after I was like, this ain't tasting right. And you right, it is a respiratory. And your body would tell you that. Like, okay, first of all, this stuff ain't tasting like it's supposed to be. I don't even want it because for real, I'm over here zooted and I don't know which way it's coming and going. I don't like this feeling. This is not the right feeling. And then I'm trying to smell stuff, right? Like, hey man, I didn't put on this goddamn cologne and this is some Jimmy Choo and I smell you. You dig what I'm saying? And I cannot smell nothing. That was lightweight scary right there. Like, hold on, man. I almost was ready to break down. Like, hey, man, I hope I get my sense of smell back, man, because you don't know that stuff until it's gone. You take it for granted, and that was like a moment of clarity to me. Like, now imagine if you was blind, or imagine if you lost this, or imagine if you lost that. How you feel now? Like, because I was really depressed a little bit. Like, I hope my smell come back. But I pressed through, you know what I'm saying? I'm a vitamin C drinker. I drink more orange juice, and that ain't too good all the time, and mango juice, which is full of vitamin C. I steam with the lemons and all of that good stuff and the remedy. And I take vitamin C, D, zinc, and other stuff for kidneys and hearts, and it's all supplements. And I take them one a day things that has all the other stuff that your body really needs. And I can feel the difference. And that's what enabled me to push through that. Like, that wasn't nothing. I mean, it was for a little bit when I was going through it. The most scariest thing was the sense of smell gone. But boom, I'm already drinking water, doing this and doing that. So I believe it's individual immune system. So my partner, my wife, she's been vaccinated. My daughter vaccinated, whatever. Now, her, on the other hand, you know what I'm saying, not business-wise, but shoot, I got to keep my eye on her because it ain't right. And when you have different opinions in the home and family members who say vaccination this and vaccination that, well, I can truly say from mine, like, hey, they weren't vaccinated and they still lingering and doing what they're doing. And I'm unvaccinated and bingo. And I know not every situation is like that. And this is my personal experience. So this is what I'm basing it on. So in others, it might be different. You know what I'm saying? So my point being is, like you said, it is a respiratory disease or infection or whatever you want to call it, virus, whatever. But like any virus, you work through it with your immune system. And I fear for those who are vaccinated and for those who are unvaccinated, whose immune system is in jeopardy. All serious aside, you could argue up and down why you should and why you shouldn't and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. But the bottom line is everybody can catch it. And if your immune system ain't up to par or you got underlying this, that, and the third, I don't care race, I don't care religion, I don't care, it's human. And we all can get it and you can die from it or you can recover from it. How you play it is how you play it. And I'm tired of arguing with people and wanting to call people dumb mothers because they can't see my point and I can't see their point. When actuality, we see each other's point, but just trying to out-talk each other. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on that right now. So, you know what I'm saying? And I give a round of applause to my wife. For she's pulling through, too. She's doing her thing with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm trying to get the whole family on the pill supplement stuff, and we getting ready to incorporate this exercise stuff. So I don't know.
Well, wishing her the best, and I'm hoping that she has a very speedy full recovery. But I think you're exactly right. I think it's a very individually based situation on how you're affected and how you come out of it and how you work through it. And unfortunately, the truth of the matter is a lot of people are dying from COVID-19, whether it's to other related medical incidents or situations. We have to factor in that perfectly healthy people have caught COVID and have passed away. So I do think that it's something to be aware of, to be alert about, and to keep in the back of your mind. I don't like to harp on it too much. There are way too many different opinions and reasons for those opinions, but to each his own. If it is for you, it is for you, meaning the vaccination. And if not, I respect everybody's choices, because guess what I'm going to do? Maintain my 6 feet and wear my mask. And I'm going to ask you politely, do not speak to me without a mask on if you're within 6 feet of my perimeter. So, and that's just how I deal with other people.
So you good with the mandates?
I'm sorry?
So you good with the mandates that's going around?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with the mandates. The mandates don't bother me. I think that they're in place for a reason. We can argue whether it makes a difference, the mandates, or whether it makes sense, the mandates. But fact of the matter is, if they say wear the mask, I'm wearing the damn mask. As a matter of fact, I think I've been wearing my mask ever since I heard about this Delta variant. Whenever I'm in a mass public place, I go into the grocery store with my mask. I go into the mall with my mask. And I'm pretty comfortable with that decision.
That's what's up. I don't got a problem with wearing my mask either. And it's funny because that brings up the situation where if you're wearing a mask, does that mean that you're not vaccinated?
No, I don't think it means that. I just think it's a personal decision.
Personal decision. So with all of the mandates as far as people, I know that girl didn't subscribe. I still say 174. Wait till I see her. Oh.
Grizz, stay focused.
That's the way I really feel too.
Focus.
Oh, focus. What was I saying?
See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
What was I
this
saying?
Is my thing, my other thing with this whole mask mandate. So I've been working from home for quite some time, and we were just notified that we're going to be required to go back into the office. Yes, in the middle of the Delta variant uprising and the numbers soaring, they are saying, oh, we don't see the COVID cases, so we're going to tell everybody to come back to work and blah, blah, blah. I think it's stupid. I think it's definitely jeopardizing people.
What voice was that?
That's your voice, Chris. That's how you sound sometimes when I'm annoyed.
What?
That's how I filter you in.
Hell no. Don't put your personality coming out on me. My voice is over here. I'm trying to figure out who the hell that was.
Seriously, I'm like, okay, so we're going to go back into the office and we're going to put everyone back together again. And then you don't see the cases because guess why? No one's in the office. When we all get back there, you're going to see cases again. So,
oh yeah, that's what happened at my wife's job, and it's funny because they say when they catch COVID over there, the person get missing for a couple weeks. They don't tell people's business, but you can put A and B together and figure it out. Like, oh, she didn't caught the bug. She didn't caught the bug. So yeah, I think like for instance with my job, we so far apart. Like we got workbenches and we might be in people's area for a minute, but it's not 15 minutes. But still, it's away from folks. Like I got my bench here, his is way over there. So we not interacting like that. So, but once I go into the stores, oh man, I got my mask on. Believe that. Especially after not having no smell. That scared me.
That scared you straight, huh?
Man,
that was a scared straight program for Grizz. He like, I'm masking up.
Masking up because I was so happy to smell all of me. For real. You would have thought I was a monkey in the zoo, sniffing and carrying on like, woo! Woo!
You ain't care what you smell, good, bad, or indifferent, just long as I can smell it.
You smell that funk? Do you smell that funk? Thank the
Honestly,
Lord.
thought you was crazy as hell. They
Thank
wasn't
the
even-
Lord. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord for funk.
Okay, wait a minute, Grizz.
Okay.
No, seriously.
Okay.
Seriously. Let's talk about
Come back.
something that's very important to what's going on right now in the world, and it's going to definitely be a direct effect on us at some point in time. And that is the Taliban takeover in Afghanistan.
Oh my goodness, girl, don't you start no stuff, won't be no stuff. Don't start no stuff, won't be no stuff. Now, we was just watching this before we got in here. Lord have mercy. Since we gonna talk about the Taliban and what's going on in Afghanistan, oh, I love it when I get to rhyme. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, can we please, since we bring that up, I don't want to cut you off, but let's just start it off with if he could pull up that video of them people. And the still picture first. Well, okay, you pull up this one right here. But look at this right here. If anybody ain't seen this, the one video before here is just a close-up of all these people on the plane, on the outside of the first picture of the plane. I put up the post today talking about how many jelly beans is in the jar. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm trying to be funny. When they got into that plane and showed that picture, I said, holy smokes and Batman. They done gutted out that big jumbo plane. And I thought the number was 1,000. But come to find out it was like 845 people in this one plane. This plane. This one, right? No, that was green. It was a big green one. But anyway.
Mayhem in Afghanistan.
Did you see that? Well, he's about to show this when they take off. There's people falling off the plane. They didn't jump on the wings. They didn't jump on the tires. And you just see people falling. Look at that. Look at that. There's more to come. Like, oh my gosh. I don't understand. That is amazing. That is, look at that, look at that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, see, so it's a lot going on over there. What do you think about that? It's a lot to say about Afghanistan. So what's your take on it?
Okay, so I'm going to speak from a very honest place and really get candid with my personal feelings with the whole Afghanistan situation. I feel that the American government should have pulled their nose out of Afghanistan's business a long time ago. I don't think that we never went over to Afghanistan for any positive reason. They claim this whole war on terrorism. And okay, so let me just say this. I don't believe that Afghanistan is full of terrorists. What I think happened is that because it's such a massive desert area, is that it was an easy gathering spot for people with terroristic intentions. It's hard to trace. You can go underground, and it's the desert. So it's very hard to get a signal. So they can go there and they can conduct their terroristic business undetected, right? So I think that the two biggest misconceptions is that Afghanistan is a large supporter of the terroristic attacks. And I think that because America's racism is so rampant, that they use that to say that these people are extremists and just kind of really bully their way into their country to steal things. We know that it's true. The oil, the gold, the whatever resources they have, we've heard this over years and years and years, and it's the truth. So I think that the initial reason they went over there was never good. They've kept our troops over there way too long. We spent way too much money and resources, and we've gotten absolutely nothing accomplished in 20 years of being there.
Now, I'm going to stop you because you're right on a lot of accords, but it was your boy, Obama, who put them over there.
Nope. That's not true. You got to go way back to Ronald Reagan's administration if you want to talk about initializing.
Okay, right. Okay, go further back. But they were sent over there to have as ally. United States and Afghanistan were allies. That's the reason why they were over there. So
well, let's be truthful though, Grizz. They've never Afghanistan. That country. And like many others, they don't like America. They don't like the American government. They don't give two shits about the American government. We were never an ally. What we were was a front for other countries to leave them alone. They let us set up shop there. Oh, because guess what? It looks good. The manpower is there. The financial backing is there. And we can let them go over there and fight our battle and die all they want to. We'll sit over here and throw rocks when it's convenient. So I don't think that... realistically there was an allied force. I think that was just a facade in order to, number one, ensure their safety and to pacify America, because what is America? The bully. They think that they can go and take over anything, anywhere, at any time. And it has been that way that's how they got America in the first place. They bullied us out of it. Okay, then they transported all these indigenous people here and they said, this ain't yours, it's ours, but you're gonna make it. So I don't agree fully that there was ever an ally, and specifically for those reasons. But I am not upset one bit that Joe Biden has told our troops to come home. And when you look at the biggest issue that the Afghanistan people face right now, their biggest fear is that the women are going to lose rights. The women here are going to lose their rights. They're not going to be allowed to go to school and have jobs, and it's going to, detriment the family and the economic structure.
Wait, over here?
Blah, blah.
You said that's going to happen over here?
No. That's what Afghanistan is worried
about.
Oh,
yeah. They already don't have no rights, don't they? Aren't they women getting raped and killed and all of that bad stuff?
Right. Not good stuff. But, I mean, it's happening, but it's happening everywhere. Where is that not happening? It's happening in Africa. It's happening in Haiti. It's happening anytime a regime or a terroristic force wants to take over. That's exactly what they do. They go and they steal and they rape and they kill everybody, because if they can minimize the bloodline of who they don't like and impregnate all these women with their own bloodline, then they feel conquered, right? But we're not rushing over there to help any of these other countries. We help the countries that have things for America to steal and benefit from. If they can't steal your things and benefit from being in your country, they're not coming for help. And that's my issue with it. It's I really feel like it has been long overdue to bring our troops home. It just is asinine to me that we are fighting for rights of a different people. I'm gonna tell you the truth. The reason why, as a Black woman, I have a problem with y'all going over there and setting up shop in the country to give them rights that you don't want to give your own Black women here in your own country. So you mean to tell me you're gonna travel these people all these thousands of miles away to go fight for these women to say, yes, I can get up and go to work, but right here in America, women are being paid 30% less than men for the same jobs. Women are forced to go out of the household and help provide a living, or be forced to be subject to the system of welfare. So what I'm saying is I'm not for American government going somewhere saying we're going to ensure the rights and blah, blah, blah of all these other cultures, but your own residents of your country doesn't have the same benefits and rights. It doesn't make sense. Like I said, for me, from the beginning, it seemed like, I mean, let's just be real. White America just wants to run everything, and they don't give a damn who they step on to make that happen.
It's bigger than white America. White America is just a tool of what's going on. Like you said something real interesting when you were describing Afghanistan and why these militant groups or groups like this flock to Afghanistan. And first of all, did you know that with the troops pulling out and everybody coming back home to do what you said and worry about what's going on over here, that facade that you speak of turned in, I don't think was a facade, because Russia and China have reached out to the Taliban group. Now,
they've been allies all along.
that might be true in some cases, but now it's on another level. Because everything is falling into place as to what's going to happen over here. I know a lot of people don't think that they will never see that the dollar is crashing. People don't believe that this country is in debt. I saw a post today that said, "How is this country in $1 trillion of debt?" And out of your mouth, just right here, we hadn't even talked to you about this, me and Drew, but the conversation that we was having before we went live, and was talking about, you said 20 years he's been over there. He said the same thing, and for 20 years, we've been spending $300 million a day. 300 million a day that comes up to that number that you talked about. So the person that made this post, I'm like, this is the problem with America. Whether you black, whether you white, there are certain things that are happening right in your face that you just don't understand. So everything that you said is correct and due diligence. But the other piece of that puzzle is now that the facade that you speak about has been lifted. It's always been there, like you said, but now it's lifted. So now we have these people who don't like the United States, China, Russia, hacking this, hacking that, tallying up with these people. And then you think about, now this is where the racist part come in to speak about white America. And it might be, I don't say no truth to it, but if you don't think, like we were saying, that those people, Taliban or whoever else, is not sending people over here on these planes, 80,000 people, I think we were saying 80,000 people coming over here, that some of them folks do work for those folks over there to come over here and up in here in the United States. We might not see it right now, but all the pieces of the puzzle or the gumbo is coming together, and we in for a rude awakening. People don't
it's got to be America's turn at some point.
Exactly.
I mean, let's be completely
realistic. Let's give a round of applause for Ivory and that, because God dang nabbit, people don't understand. Yes, there's got to be a turn. It's got to be a day of reckoning. It's got to be.
And this is the build up for what we will know to be the new world order. It is definitely happening, and it's happening in front of our faces, and we're not recognizing it on a large scale of what it's going to be. But let's just be realistic. Number one, I'm going to say Joe Biden was very smart with pulling out when he did, how he did, simply because we are going to need every financial resource going forward, because we are going to have to make friends with countries we ain't thought twice about in the past. We're going to have to go in and help build up countries that we've shit on and stolen from and degraded for years and years and years. And you want to know why they have no choice but to do it. Because if they want to survive at any capacity, they're going to have to create new allies with people that were former enemies. Because in the way that this is going to work, the enemy of your enemy better become your friend. If you don't, hey, listen, we're going to poof, be gone from one of these gas bombs they're going to send over here. So I'm going to be very realistic and say I'm very aware. There's nothing we can do to change it. This is going to happen whether we like it or not. If you're upset about these mandates, just you hold on tight to your britches, baby, because you're getting ready to get pissed about some of the other stuff that's
it's coming down the pipeline. People asking me, so if they talk about this vaccine, you can't do this and you can't do that. If you can't do that, hey man, that's the least of my worries.
You're gonna need walking papers, buddy.
Hey, if I got to go through all of that to conform to which, I don't got to go to no concert. I got Apple. I got YouTube. I can, as a matter of fact, I don't want to pay no high-ass prices anyway. And second of all, I don't like you people. And I really don't want to be around you people. That's what it's like. You always mean mugging because you stink. You're stinking. You're too close to my area. And I'm really trying. I watched Malice in the Palace with Ron Artest and that fight with the Detroit Pistons fan. I feel you, Ron. I feel you, my nigga. I feel you. I would have went and laid down 2 and counted to 5. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato. Okay, I'm back.
No, but seriously, I think we're not looking at this from a larger picture, and people are so mad. Oh, they're gonna think that we're pussies and we're soft and we're
hey,
they thought that when you elected Donald Trump
young lady,
office, so that ain't nothing new.
Young lady, I'm gonna need you to calm down and put that ghetto away. God, I couldn't even say it. She said the P word. You, young lady, cannot be articulate and be saying the P word.
That's what America keeps calling us. That's what America's scared the other countries is calling them.
Oh,
they
my
scared
God.
of it.
But don't you say that word no more.
I'm just being realistic. Like, America lost respect from a lot of countries a long time ago. Let's be realistic with the when we elected Obama for 2 terms, every racist country was pissed, and they were like, "Yep, they got a monkey run the country. They're gonna be over with in a hot second." And then we got Trump, and they're like, yep, now they got an idiot running the country, and they'll be done in a hot second. And then we got Biden, and they're like, yep, he's just a puppet. They'll be done in a hot second. But what we're failing to realize is these structures have been put in place long before Obama, but even before Clinton. Like I said, we're going back to the Ronald Reagan administration, right? When his whole war on terrorism and war on drugs and war on this and war on that. Remember now who actually put all your sons and daughters over there to get murdered for 20 years. Remember where this implication come from before you start wanting to play the blame game with our current presidency. You have to go way back to where the root of this shit comes from. So when people are like, they mad at Biden and Obama and they want to leave Trump out because they think he's so great or whatever this crap is they got going on. My thing is, you have to be realistic that America has got to go back to where it's come from. What have we? You are religious. You are very biblical, and every beginning has an end. Right?
I let's not say religious. We're just going to say, yeah. I'm on the turn.
You have a connection with your higher power, and I do too. So I mean, I understand that some people are ignorant. I understand that some people are naive, and I understand that some people are just stubborn. And so their opinion and thought process won't waver no matter what piece of information they are given or shown. It's literally, they're going to have to wake up and see this new world order before they believe that we're in a new world order. And that's just how it's going to happen for some people. But has this been brewing for a long time? Absolutely. But I think, like I said, for me, what the primary concern is about them losing their rights to their own people. That's their business. If Black people or other cultures equal rights, women still making less than men for the same positions and all this other stuff. But you want to say you care about people's rights, and that's why you over there fighting bullshit. Flag on the play. I call flag on the play. It's America's way of lying to the mass public right in our faces and telling us that it's raining when they peeing. Okay.
All righty then. You've been on one right now. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I really do. I was surprised. I thought you was gonna do a flip the script on me and go another way or whatever, but Your
Nah,
eyes, your
I'm a
eyes.
little book smart. I'm a little too book smart for the BS. They ain't gonna be able to pull the wool over my eyes on this. Now, I'm foolable when it comes to some stuff, but when it comes to some education, baby, you ain't gonna run no circles around me because I know how to pick up a book and read and comprehend. Okay,
All
so
righty then. We got that together.
I just I don't know. It's scary. Now I'm not gonna say that it's right what's happening over there. I definitely feel for the women and children that are gonna fall victim to what happens there, but it's no different than what's happening in every other country. I don't see America sending no troops over to Africa every time they regime decide they're gonna take over and they do a whole mass slaughter of a whole particular group or ethnicity of people. They're not sending people over there. Ain't nobody been to Haiti yet. When they going to go help Haiti? That country just got hit with an 8.2 earthquake, something that they can't control. Well, I mean, like, I'm just saying, if you're going to have all these reasons why you're going to all these countries and it's supposed to be to help, then let that be across the board. It's awfully funny how you only help people of a non-black culture. Them the only people that need y'all assistance. But when it comes to African countries, oh, they don't see no evil, don't hear no evil. They blind to all the BS. It's a facade for me when it comes to the American government. And
Well, all I know is all the racist thing. Well, people think, like we was talking earlier, and we was talking about biblical. There's one more after Biden, and this is where people can say conspiracy, or conspiracy if you want to say that, and that's the guessing game of who's going to be the next president to do something retarded. I don't care if it's Republican or Democrat. People get caught up on what this one did and what this one ain't doing and this and this and this and that. And like you said, it's a trick for everything. So the next one is coming back around. And I believe that this guy might get another chance to run. I mean, get a chance to be president again. What the world?
So too, because of his financial competency, because of some of the decisions that he's making, a lot of the American people are benefiting from Biden being in office. And let me just be realistic. I am not a huge Biden supporter. What I was largely against Donald Trump. So I'm not always like, oh yeah, everything Biden does is great, great, great. No, that's not where I'm coming from. I think that there are a lot of other things that he could have done and should be doing as well. But for me, this was one of his smartest moves that he did, because he's going to say because it's coming and we're going to need all of our own resources, especially when it comes to financial.
That's what I'm saying. So
this was the smartest thing he could have done.
Right. And he get up out of here and do that. And the next person come back, and I believe it's going to be Trump. I know what you're saying, but it's a lot of people, man. And a lot of people.
Support system, a lot of fans and people that support him that are still in the government right now.
Exactly. So with that being said, and what he put out there as far as the racial climate and all this, that, and the third. If dude gets back in office, and that's a big if, conspiracy, whatever, if he gets back in office, that's when stuff is going to hit the fan, and that's when those folks realize. Because when they stormed the Capitol, it's going to take them white folks to do that, to start this revolution. We was talking about
they have the privilege to do it. We'll die trying to walk.
Right, so we ain't going to do that. We're going to let them do what they do, and if they come over here and mess around, that's when we get busy. But no, those folks is getting ready to take off. Take the heck off when the crap hits the fan. That's why all the racial stuff that's going on, it won't matter when the stuff hit the fan, because then they realize, like, hey, we all been duped. It ain't these black folks. It ain't these Mexican folks. It ain't these Chinese folks. It ain't none of those folks. It's
our own folks.
Our own folks, the wealthy, the super wealthy, who already has his plan for this stuff to go about. It's them. And so those folks are going, they storm the Capitol. You goddamn right. Do what you got to do. Got to do, because I'll be damned if I do it. Because you end up like the Negro in the video. Only Negro I seen in the goddamn Capitol raid. And this mug is under the jail. under the jail, and they letting all these other folks go, taking their time processing them.
And they giving them small fines that they got 10 and 20 years to pay off and all this other privilege.
Yeah, bullshit. All this other stuff. And then you have Capitol Police who've been, a lot of them committed suicide because of what's going on. They can't understand it. And I can imagine why they committed suicide. I can just imagine you sitting here thinking that you are the police, thinking that you have the government or police behind you, and to have something like this happen, where you getting busted over the side of the head, and you're caught in between because you're white and you don't want to shoot this guy, but let it be me, and you to put one between me right there and there. Yeah. So now you are in conflict with yourself because you can't understand. I should have popped his ass. No, he's one of us. And no, and they sitting there trying to recruit you and do this and do that. So no, let them stir the pot up. Let them do what they do and let them take off. And that's exactly what's going to happen. The Capitol was just a small thing for us to see that was getting ready to happen. And we're talking about men. I'm referring back to masks and the vaccination and all of this gumbo that's jumping up and carrying on. Because we out there, people, the unvaccinated or mask or whatever, blah, 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 blah. But it's those folks, those white folks out there on the front lines. I ain't gonna wear a mask. It's my right. That's them.
And their population is busy decreasing. Where they were once 73% of American population, they 50.74% of American population, partly from stupidity and partly from mingling with different cultures and races. And so now they.
What did you just say? Down. Mingling with different races and culture? That's not what you on your program?
Making babies, having babies, whatever. All of them are not getting married to other cultures, but they definitely enjoy sex with other cultures and having babies with other cultures. So the white population is in a vast decline and has been for 10 years, but now they are concerned. And that's why y'all have to open up y'all eyes and understand why they're giving these Asian people all these rights, because they're the next largest population of non-Black people. They're going to make sure that they can feel safe in this country. They want them here. Their financial sustainability, it's a plus to the America. And they feel like if they get enough Chinese and that Asian culture of people, that they're not going to have this severe beef with China. See, this is not, listen, people got to really look at the whole big picture. Biden is like, yes, we're going to give Asian people a pass and you're going to go to jail and it's going to be charged with a hate crime. Because guess what? I'm tired of fighting with the Chinese. I'm tired of spending my money. I'm tired of all of it. So what we're going to do is just give them rights, the same rights we got, and let them come over here and we have large numbers. And then guess what? China is going to be bombing their own people, which they rarely do. We know with the Chinese culture, they honor and respect each other to a large degree. And that's the one thing that the Black culture lacks. We don't have respect for each other. We don't care to build with each other. And we don't have no allies over there in our motherland that are a threat to America. So the picture is much bigger than what people are looking at. I said that when they were so hell-bent on why did he give Asian people all these rights and now it's going to be a hate crime? Because that's the next largest enemy that they have. Duh. And they know that the Chinese government don't get two shits about America. They'd blow this thing right off the map if they could. But they won't be so quick to do that if they feel like their culture is taking over and has just as large of a population.
It's a facade, as you would say, because when the crap hits the fan, everybody is going to be man for man. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, yeah, I agree. But what I'm saying is it was well thought out. He didn't just go in there and start making decisions without some thought being behind it. The whole thing, Kamala Harris being from Asian culture, her family being seen up there, you know, in the presidential estate. Like this, it's way bigger. It's bigger than this.
Right. You just
want bigger than Nina Brown.
Okay. Well, you just gave me a point to segue into something else right quick. Change it up right quick. We're still on the same subject, but it's Asian, and I wanted to talk about just bring up the Paul Doherty interview or questionnaire that happened to, I can't say her name, the tennis girl.
Naomi Osaka.
Yes, her. You know, she played up here at Kings Island up here this past weekend, and I don't know if you know who Paul Doherty is. He's a reporter or whatever from the Cincinnati Enquirer.
Oh yeah.
And he's an asshole.
Oh,
He's an asshole.
yeah.
And he tried to clear it up by asking her something about Haiti. I can't. I forget. I always should have my notes, but anyway, it's GRIZZBIZ. So, you know what I'm saying? He asked her something about Haiti, and she broke down and was crying and so forth. And he tried to clean it up with it was the best answer somebody could ever give and all this other. I'm paraphrasing. Blah blah blah.
Served by having
here it is.
Let me break down.
You also have outside interests beyond tennis that are served by having the platform that the media presents to you. My question is, how do you think you might be able to best balance the two?
Naomi was so overcome, she left the press conference.
Yeah, he's an ass.
He is.
He's an ass, and
he's a racist ass.
A racist ass. He's always been like that. We don't want to people's name on the reporter. They might pull up this stuff. In my own personal view, my own personal I think he's a racist. So.
Oh yeah, this is of no opinion of the Unanimous Network at all. This is a personal opinion of GRIZZBIZ and Ivory the Aries that this man is an ass.
Yes, we call him an ass. He's an ass. You know what I'm saying?
You're not crazy about dealing with us, especially in this format. Yet you have a lot of outside interests that are served by having a media platform. I guess my question is, how do you balance the two? And
yeah, that was the whole
question. Do you have anything you'd like to share with us about what you did say to Simone Biles?
Hey, man.
When you say I'm not crazy about dealing with you guys, what does that refer to?
Well, you said you don't especially like the press conference format. And yet that seems to be obviously the most widely used means of communicating to the media and through the media to the public.
That's interesting. I would say the occasion, like when to do the press conference, is what I feel is the most difficult. But
that's when somebody should have threw a shoe at his ass.
Like they did Bush.
Yeah. She's a child, not a child, but a young adult. And this man is playing mind games with her.
Well,
I think we can move on to the next question, Naomi. Do you want to move on to the next question?
No, I'm actually very interested in that, point of view. So if you could repeat that, that'd be awesome.
The question was that you're not especially fond of dealing with the media, especially in this format. You suggested there are better ways to do it. You'd like to try to explore that. My question, I guess, was you also have outside interests beyond tennis.
So what was he assuming her outside interest is?
I believe her Haitian interest with Haiti was going on, you know, with the what is it, the flood, not flood, whatever,
earthquake,
tsunami, whatever happened over there.
Well, and she said that she was donating all of her proceeds to the country so that to help rebuild.
Right.
So is that what he's referring to? That she wants to use
I'm guessing that.
Proceeds to help the country.
I'm guessing that. Because
that's a personal decision for her to make, though, right? They can't control where she delegates her finances. Once she's earned them, she's free to outsource them to however she so feels.
Right. So what I'm getting from that, and now that we're talking about it and chopping it up, he was trying to say, if you have a problem with doing press conferences or stuff like this, why don't you have a problem doing press conferences on outside activities besides tennis? See, now she was trying to be polite and you can't sword play with a hater. You got to come straight for the hater's neck. So that's when she gets some youth on some age underneath her and be able to handle the people like him, because that's probably why she went into a little depression and had to sit out and get her mind right, because she probably ain't never been faced with nothing on this level, this type of haterism, haterade on this level type. Same thing, Sabrina.
Well, it's the same thing that Serena and Venus talked about going through throughout their career, with being put on this platform, being African American women, being literally from Africa. So they are definitely African American women, and always faced with this adversity of, you know, how they represent, and are they going to be Americans first before they're African, and all this other stuff. So I totally get it. And I say this, I'm just going to say it. It's just a white privilege. Only white people have the privilege to assume and ask other cultures. You as a black man can't get up there and ask another white person something like that. Me as a black woman, I can't, or I will be assumed to be racial or radical in my beliefs, right? And this is why I'm so against that. Going back to the Afghanistan, why I think America wanted to take over is because they don't believe that you can have your own separate thought process that's different from what America views and not be detrimental to their development or existence. And that's the biggest issue with America. As soon as you ain't thinking like us, as soon as you don't want to do what we're doing, you automatically become an enemy. You are, a target is put on you, and you're said to be defiant, problematic, and you know, all these other names. But we are living in America, getting our perspective from America. And when you go to other countries and you read their news and you see their headlines, well, they talk just as bad about the American government as the American government talks about other countries. Now, we are rich because we're thieves, period, point blank. America is rich because they steal whatever they want, and they have the physical force to do it. Now,
but I feel you, but I want to go back to expand on, what is that? Somebody calling us? Go back to what Naomi, I can't say her name, but the effect of this having on black women, which would have segued into, I know you didn't want to talk about her, but Lizzo. There's so many things going on with us as a people, and how they attack us, and how we deal with it. And how we deal with it. And for black women, it is really, 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 really hard. And I listened to that interview as much as I could take of it. And she was crying, and I thought the tears was kind of fake. But then again, I don't know. I think that she doing all this stuff with somebody like Megan Thee Stallion, and showing her big ass, and everybody want to talk about body shaming and this, that, and the third. And I don't agree with Megan showing her ass and all of that. I think that is the problem. I think that is the problem with our women. You know what I'm saying?
sorry, because I missed the whole first part of this conversation. So I don't.
I was segueing from when we was talking about Naomi and the fact that it's having on black women. And then I wanted to segue. You went back to God dang it, Biden and Bush and all of that stuff, and we got past that. I can see that's very, very heavy on your mind and so forth.
I'm very passionate about this topic. So
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I think that. So I'm gonna go back to it. So I want to go back on the black women and the pain and the suffering that they're going through in this whole hors d'oeuvre tour, this world mess that we have, which brought us back what I was first saying about book club and all of that good stuff. So when I see this young lady having to deal with an asshole from here, a known asshole from here, like, I wish we could have been up there to help her talk. You know, sit your monkey ass down.
Yeah, because they would have put us out, Grizz. We would have got put out.
We got put out like, man, if you don't leave her alone,
like,
she don't know your punk ass.
That's a child. That's a young adult.
That's a young black woman, and you over here tripping, man. I mean, take my shoe off and throw it at his ass.
But that's, you know what? Like I said, that's white privilege in America, because you don't have the right to go up and ask somebody something completely so unrelated and make it seem like it's relevant, and almost demand an answer and response from that, and just in order to further tear this young girl down.
Tear her down. She just came out of therapy.
She could say that there wouldn't have been extreme backlash. I agree with her walking away. And if they are crocodile tears, who gives a damn? If that's what gets you off the stage, away from in front of these racist people that no matter what you say will make you out to be someone and something that you're not, then the hell with it. I don't blame her. I mean, y'all pay me to play tennis. Y'all don't pay me to play nice. I don't have to have the same opinion as you. And I'm good at what I do. And I don't have to, go in whatever direction you point, because I have this platform. I have this platform not because you gave it to me, but because I worked my ass off and earned this platform, and you want to come here and watch me play, and I'm the topic of your conversation.
Right.
How you like that?
Right.
Party.
So that brought me into the Lizzo, and I'm saying black women on the whole are being attacked just like black men. Now I know that you don't want to talk about her, but we're gonna talk about her because she fits in the same ball of everything that's going on. And I put up a post that I have seen about it, like if somebody don't get this girl and get Ayana, whatever her name is, to help,
my life.
Yeah, she need to grab all the black women and have a big ass conference, and she need to go do it in the hood. She don't need to go do no corporate ladies and all of that stuff. Sisters like her need to go to the hood and have a conference. You know what I'm talking about? A ghetto.
The whole thing is she can't, because the stigma of black women being crazy and being a mad black woman is just going to further put a magnifying glass on the black women in the community, and no one's going to see the benefit.
Now,
I
think that would be dope though. I think that would be dope, and I wouldn't care.
It is a good idea, but you have to look at the stigma that's been put on the black community when it comes to mental health and therapy. You got the biggest person. Don't need no therapist.
You got the biggest person, and that's a top-rated show. So a lot of people with mental issues or whatever watch this black woman. Watch this black woman help heal these people, and some of these stories and most of the stories are hood on her show. So I believe that somebody like her should be able to go into, and I think that she would be well taken care of. I think she wouldn't have no problem, and we wouldn't worry about no stigma from nobody else, because she already has a show where it's not there no more.
I'm saying the participants. It's going to be hard to get people to openly admit that they have some sort of mental health issue. They ain't going on that show because they getting a check, a free trip, and everything else behind it.
Hey, some of them stories.
I'm not saying everybody on there has not been a real story. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the show is a facade. I believe that the show is
this show's real. Yeah.
What I'm saying is that people are not, the black community is not willing to participate with airing our business out, because we've been taught since we were small, what happens in this house, stay in this house. You don't need no therapist. You talk to Jesus. And if you keep going in that wrong direction, I'm going to beat it out of you. You ain't going to need nobody to talk to.
I agree with you, but those people been on that show, and to me personally, I think it would be a great idea. But going back to Lizzo, I was just saying, you could, whether the tears were fake or whatever, I believe Sister Girl is hurting. I believe Sister Girl is confused.
Because she's hurting because her personal preference of how she feels about herself is how she wants everyone to view her.
And in that industry, she's not accepted like that. Somebody said no celebrities are want to date her. Male celebrities want to date her or be involved with her. Now, I don't know how true that is, but black Twitter or whatever it is. So that's the hummingbird jumping around. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. So I just want to be realistic. Let's be realistic.
If you say realistic one more time, you sound as bad as me saying I forget what it was. But go ahead. I'm just messing with you.
No, but Lizzo, she has a right to feel good about herself. She definitely does. I don't want to take that away from her. But what we have to recognize is that obesity scale. And when it's like my 600-pound life, right?
Oh my gosh.
And they're huge, and they have to deal with whatever. When you put yourself in this position where you are a famous person, and your career is to be basically scrutinized by the public. Let's just be real. What you are when you're a celebrity is you're open bait. You're just bait. People can say what they want. They can say it how they want. And you're expected to just nod your head and smile, not be affected by it. So I think
I don't know who said that. Who they got that wrong. Should you say something to me, I'm going to say it back, baby.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Lizzo is just, she wants to be comfortable in her skin. But I think realistically, dealing with the celebrity status, shut up, Chris. It's just not going to happen. People are not going to be open to seeing a large naked person. I don't care if you male or female.
A large naked person?
If you're not what people consider easy on the eye in a lot of different aspects, then that's what you're going to get. People have been making fun of obese and people that are considered fat. I mean, forever. It didn't just start happening to Lizzo when she got famous. I'm sure she went through these same issues about school and in the neighborhood and in the community. This ain't nothing new. It hurts a little different because you got to have all these opinions and people flooding your DMs and telling you how horrible and gross or whatever. It is difficult, but you got to take it how it comes when you want.
Are you trying to say that she needs to use her thick skin? Give me a round of applause. That was funny. That was funny.
You're so stupid.
That's what we take from that. Is she needs to use her thick golden skin.
Yeah, that's really it. Like if you're gonna be like, I don't give a damn what they say, I'm gonna have these big thighs and all of this arm out in the public, and that's what they gonna get. Have that same energy when they jump in your DM and tell you you're fat as hell. Because that's what they gonna do. Listen, I'm just being candid.
So
they're not just doing it to Lizzo because she's big. They doing it to anybody. If they find you, gonna think about the whole the lady that started the Me Too movement. First thing everybody said, she's so ugly, ain't nobody want to rape her. Ain't nobody doesn't do nothing to her. It's not just that situation.
Damn, somebody said that.
It's anybody that is not the American standard of looks, weight, height, all of it. They all get it. Hell, I mean, you can be what they consider to be the best of the best, and you can still get it. So it's just prevalent that it's going to happen. You're a celebrity. You keep putting yourself out there. 1 minute you don't give a damn, and they're going to get this work. The next minute you want to be on TV crying. You got to pick a side and stand on it.
Well, all right. Well, we got your opinion on Lizzo. Lizzo, this is our words to you.
Yeah, Lizzo. I mean, you know it is what
this
it is.
is what we're saying to you, baby girl. For one, go see Ayana.
Your ass becomes a target when you on the fence.
You know, my co-host is crazy. For one, go ahead and see Ayana and, get some help.
So me personally, I don't need to fix my life.
Okay. We're still talking about Liz. She's crazy, y'all. But then, after you talk to a whole girl, then we want you to go ahead and toughen up, Buttercup. Anytime somebody can go out there and show their ass like you showed your ass, now I didn't particularly like it. And it's not nothing against big girls or anything like that. That just wasn't my cup of tea. But I'm sure there's somebody out there. And quit trying to chase these celebrities. Because like my co-host said, everything is the eye candy and you doing videos.
No, I'm not saying for her to quit doing anything.
No, I didn't say that.
Until your heart is content, my love. You just can't get on TV crying about what the response was.
Yeah, and you got to take.
If you want to talk about you want to date Drake and these basketball players and football and whoever else, believe me, these men like big women, whether they want to get on TV or publicly admit it or not.
That's the problem.
It's women her size and bigger that's making plenty of money just because of what they size are. So
yeah, it might be making plenty of money, but the love life is not happy. You have not seen on TV any big girl that's been a superstar or super celebrity.
Yeah, Lil Wayne girlfriend right now is a plus size model. She thick in the thighs and easy on the eyes, and they in love.
Yeah, but she don't be on TV like that.
Grizz. She is one of the hugest Instagram models that we have now. She is. Yes, she's huge.
She wasn't huge when I saw her. She was not huge. You're huge, and somebody else is huge.
I'm not referring to size, Grizz. I'm talking about her fan base.
Oh, I thought you were saying that he had a big girl. He had a big girl too. He had a big girl. He had a big girl too. You know what? My bad. It is not.
You know what? You want me to call people fat and be mean.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. You being mean all your damn self. You don't need no help today with that shit. You didn't say the P word. You didn't been off the chain today. Really? I'm glad to have you back. You know what? It's about that time for us to get up out of here anyway. Glad to have you back. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to do it again next week, and we're going to see if we can't get some. Oh, next week I'm trying to get a couple who wrote a book called Essence. Black Essence. It's Donnie Young and his wife. And they got a new book out, and hopefully we get them on the show. I got B-Luck coming on the show. I'm trying. We might have to wait till they put the restrictions on people because everybody trying to get this cheddar right now. So getting people to sit down and do an interview is lightweight, a little difficult. So we're going to bring it back to the home team, and I got some folks lined up too. But you know what? It's been real. It's been real. It's been real today. So like we always say.
What is that?
I don't know. You just come on out. You know what I'm talking about? You just came on out. You know what I'm talking about? We gonna end the show like we always do. Y'all don't be stuck on stupid.
And relax on dumb.
See y'all next week.
See Wednesday.
Let's go.
Bringing you nothing but hits. After hits. This is GRIZZBIZMY2SENSE.
All gold on the spose, see the gold from his lips. He was raised that way. Papa sister shit bumping, I was born to race. Wrist whipping, nothing different, just a suit and a flip. Sin City, he was selling shit, it is what it is. Call bodies at the party, hey, fell in the grave. Rest up, eyes up when I skate, kid push.